I'm excited for the Bard. Most of it has stayed the same. You get spellcasting, you get expertise at level 2 instead of level 3. Jack of all trades is the same. Font of Inspiration, you get your Bardic Inspiration back on a short rest. And you can use a spell slot to regain expended uses of Bardic Inspiration. Love that versatility. Counter Charm is actually good. It's actually a counter. Rather than having to use a bonus action, you now use your reaction, so that an ally can re-roll a save with advantage now against something that is causing them to be charmed or frightened. Level 10, Magical Secrets, got a nerf. It's now from 4 specific spell lists: Bard, Cleric, Druid, and Wizard, instead of any spell list, so you can't steal stuff from like the Paladin or the Ranger and actually get access to it before they do. It makes sense. I'm not mad. Maybe a little disappointed. Level 18, Superior Inspiration. If you roll initiative, you go up to 2 Bardic Inspiration die. I actually had to read that one a couple of times to figure it out. But essentially, if you have either 0 or 1 uses of Bardic Inspiration, you bump it up to 2. Level 19, Epic Boon, and then Words of Creation, you have Power Word, Heal, and Kill prepared, and you can add a second target to those spells, assuming that they're within 10 feet of each other. Not the best capstone, but hey, free 9th level spells prepared. I'm not upset at it. Like I said, maybe a little disappointed. But, hey, what you gonna do? We get 2 free spells. That's nice. I'm not gonna go through the whole spell list for every class. Again, if there's a desire for it, then I will make that into another video. In this book, we get the College of Dance, which is brand new to D&D. When you aren't wearing armor or wielding a shield, you get advantage on performance checks involving dance. Your armor class is 10 plus dexterity and charisma. When you use a Bardic Inspiration die at using any sort of action, you can make an unarmed strike as a part of that action, bonus action, or reaction. And you can use dexterity instead of strength for your unarmed strikes, and the damage equals your Bardic Inspiration die, which is pretty cool. So if you want to be a monk with spells, College of Dance Bard. Level 6, Inspiring Movement. When an enemy you can see ends their turn within 5 feet of you, use your reaction, and 1 use of Bardic Inspiration to move up to half your speed. And then 1 ally can do the same thing as a reaction, and none of it provokes opportunity attacks, which is always nice. Level 6, when you roll initiative, you can expend 1 use of your Bardic Inspiration, and each ally within 30 feet of you gains a bonus to their initiative equal to the number rolled, which is great for getting your party to go first. Level 14 is Leading Evasion. This is essentially the Rogue's Evasion. If you make a dex save and you fail, you take half damage. If you would take half damage, you take no damage. And the bonus here is that if anyone's within 5 feet of you making the same saving throw, then they get to do this as well. Very, very nice. Next up is the College of Glamour. I'm going to take a sip from my drink here. My wife is actually playing a Glamour Bard in one of our campaigns right now. You get Charm Person and Mirror Image prepared. And whenever you cast an enchantment or illusion spell using a spell slot, you can cause a creature you can see within 60 feet of you to make a wisdom save, and they are either charmed or frightened. Interestingly, doesn't have to be the person who was the target of the spell, if there was a target. And then they get a save at the end of each of their turns. Once per long rest, but you can also restore it by using a Bardic Inspiration. Love to see that. Let's see, Mantle of Inspiration. This one was confusing as well. I believe you expend a use of Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action. Choose a number of creatures equal to your Charisma modifier within 60 feet. And those creatures gain temporary hit points equal to 2 times the number rolled. So there's a few numbers floating around there, but essentially choose a number of creatures within 60 feet of you equal to your Charisma modifier, roll the dice, double it, they get that much temporary HP. And then they can use their reaction to move their speed without provoking opportunity attacks. The Mantle of Majesty hasn't changed as far as I can tell. You always have Command prepared, and as a bonus action you can cast Command without using a spell slot. And then for the next minute you can cast Command without expending a spell slot. Any creature charmed by you automatically fails. And you can do that once per long rest, but you can also use a level 3 or higher spell slot, which is cool. The downside here is Unbreakable Majesty, which also uses a bonus action. And so setting this up can be kind of weird. You can do bonus action Command, start your... You bonus action to do Unbreakable Majesty, and then for the 1 minute is the duration. Whenever any creature hits you with an attack roll for the first time on a turn, so any turn, they need to succeed on a Charisma saving throw against your spell save, or the attack misses instead. And this one is once per short or long rest. So you can activate that, and then second turn, bonus action Command to activate your Mantle of Majesty. Unfortunately, they don't synergize together. Disappointing, but hey, what you gonna do? They are both good features. I will say that. College of Lore is probably one of the most beloved subclasses. You get 3 skills of your choice. When a creature you can see within 60 feet of yourself makes a damage roll or succeeds on an ability check, you can use a reaction, expend your inspiration, roll the inspiration die, subtract that number, reducing the damage, or turning the success into a failure. I don't think that's different. Level 6, Magical Discoveries from one of the 3 spell lists. Again, not any spell list. Understandable. The cool thing is that you can replace these spells when you level up, so that's nice. And then finally, Peerless Skill. When you make an ability check or an attack roll and you fail, you can expend 1 use of your Bardic Inspiration, roll the die, and add the number to the d20, potentially turning a failure into a success. But if you fail, the Bardic Inspiration die isn't expended. Love that. That means I get to do more cool stuff. As well as, I believe last time it was just an ability check, also now works on attack rolls. Cool. And then finally, that brings us to the College of Valor for the Bard. We have Combat Inspiration. You can either use it for defense, when a creature is hit by an attack roll. A creature can use its Bardic Inspiration die that you've given it to add to its AC. And for offense, when it hits with an attack roll, they can add the number to the damage against that target. They also get training with martial weapons and medium armor. and you can use a weapon as your spell casting focus. You get extra attack with the added bonus of being able to use a cantrip in place of one of those attacks. And finally, level 14, after you cast a spell that has a casting time of an action, you can make one attack with a weapon as a bonus action. The cool thing here, this is great synergy on this subclass, because with your level 6 feature, you are using a cantrip with the casting time of an action. And a cantrip is a spell with and it has a casting time of one action. So what you could do here is make your attack, replace one of the attacks with a cantrip, and then bonus action attack. And so at level 14, you still get to use your extra attack and you can cast a cantrip. I think that's a win-win. So that's the Bard. Next up is going to be the Cleric. Woo!